Hey everyone, have I here bringing a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we'll be doing our full breakdown and team builds for the global 8-year anniversary version of the LR Spirit Bomb Z. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So first and foremost, let's take a look at the card arts. You gotta love the card arts. The SSR is incredible. I also like the TUR, generally like the SSR better, but I think both are pretty even in my opinion. However, the LR card arts, boy, look at this. I wish they were able to toggle, because now you have these other assets within the LRs, right? You have the standalone LR there with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Then you have the Spirit Bomb, and then you also have the standby Super Spirit Bomb to go along with it. It would be really nice if the thumbnail within the game would kind of toggle through and be a little bit more animated. I think that would be a really nice touch. I don't know if they'll ever do that, but yeah, all the card arts, like all three could be, you know, different cards, but they all basically included in one. So card arts are amazing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the unit in of itself. Universe Last Hope, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. So it is a double leader skill. It's 170% to Power of Wishes and Final Trump card, which definitely we needed. And then Connected Hope and Majin Buu Saga as the 30% boost on there. The 200% options are very limited. We'll talk about that in the team builds. But all in all, having a Final Trump card leader skill is huge. I always mentioned for some reason they skipped that in the 5th year anniversary when they introduced Final Trump card with the LR Blue Fusions, right? So now you have a 170, and of course that boost for Connected Hope and Majin Buu Saga. Super attack, the 12 key raises defense, so that stacks there, and it raises attack for 1 turn and causes colossal damage to enemy. Then Ultra Super attack greatly raises defense and greatly raises attack for 1 turn. And causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Super strong unit, right? Very useful in a multitude of different ways. And I think you know, having these opportunities for the strength of its leader skill is very immensely you know, powerful there, especially with that stacking ability in the 12 and the 18 key super attack. Now the passive skill here, again, now you're seeing very casual attack and defense straight up 200%. Very strong, of course, but on top of that, you get plus additional attack defense 50% when HP is 50% more, which is most of the time here, and then an additional defense 100% and an additional key +1 key sphere obtained as the first attacker on the turn. So they're really trying to set this up as a first position. Now again, you still have to build up, but once you build up with this unit, that first position is going to be no problem there. And then additional 100% and additional 2 key spheres obtained as a second or third attacker to turn. So you might want to just kind of stack, and then you switch on over to the first position once you build up its defense for a few turns there. Now it launches an additional attack and has a great chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18, and then launches a super attack when additional super attack when key is 24. So very important that you get 24 key to make sure that you have your boost there and greatly raises defense, and then you have your guaranteed raises defense for the 12 key super attack, and then an additional key +1 when performing a critical hit, 10% up to 50% when each super attack performed. So as you build this unit up, it just becomes stronger and stronger. And by the time you're at the long event, so this is definitely more of a long event unit here, you're going to be untouchable, right? So super strong unit here. Now, of course, this is the introduction to the standby skill, and in the global version of the game, that this kind of came out prior to, but this was the introduction on the JP version game for standby skill. And what this does, basically, you switch to standby for 5 turns, gain 1 charge counter per key sphere obtained for all allies, and can be activated when HP is 50%. Or after performing 4 or more attacks during the battle from the 4th start of the turn. So once you're able to build these up, and we'll show you the benefits of it in just 1 second, then you'll be able to actually, you know, build up the standby and then shoot off whatever the final move is going to actually be. So, but before we dive into that, the link skills, strong link skills here: Saiyan Warrior, Race, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Experience Fires, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. A really benefit to this unit here, it makes it a very valuable unit, is the amount of categories it's on a lot of categories here: Majin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Join Forces, Final Trump Card, All Out Struggle, Battle, Wits, Connected Hope, Master of Evolution, or Mastered Evolution, Battle of Fate, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent Child, and Power of Wishes. So going back to the standby skill here, once you're able to activate the standby skill and start getting these charges here, the first option, you jump into this. Of course, you can't attack during standby skills, or this particular standby skill here. You're able to guard against all attacks for 4 turns, and your defense 250%, and then randomly changes key spheres for a certain type, and then reduces damage by 8% per key sphere obtained, and then additional attack 500% when performing a finishing attack. So the finishing attack, you're either going to get Spirit Bomb or Super Spirit Bomb, right? You're either going to get this, or you're going to kind of go back to the card art here. Where is it? Right here. Or you're going to get this, right? So one or the other. I guess I'll just move this actually on over to this right here. So, oh, actually, yeah, I already had it all set up. So you have this or this. So again, if you have a charge counter 38 or below, you get a temporary attack 15% per charge counter accumulated and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. And then if you can get 39 and above, you're going to get temporary attack 20% per charge counter accumulated and causes super ultimate damage to the enemy. So this is kind of like a finishing move, and a very, very powerful finishing move in and of itself. So again, very, very beneficial as this additional attack here. It's very fun. I actually like the standby skills on here, especially this is kind of how it's set up. You go into standby, you really can't die, and you get as much charge counters as possible, and then you do this finishing move here. So I do like the setup. And now just heads up, the link skills do change. When you're activating this, you go from Golden Warrior to Saiyan Lineage, and then Super Saiyan to Tough as Nails. So interesting why they end up actually doing it like that. But all in all, again, very, very amazing unit, super beneficial in the long game. So let's talk about the teams and diving into the team builds here. So the 200%, I kind of mentioned, not much options for 200%. Now, we are going to have the EZA to this guy right here, right? So when you have the EZA to this guy, you can easily put him into this rotation, have a better link partner on there. But I ended up just putting the OG Fusion on that spot as well. So you do have a couple different options that you can absolutely run, especially in the 200%. On the rotation. But when you see the 170% options you have, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to rather use the 170%. You do have a LROP as 200% on this as well. Of course, the upcoming EZA, Super Vegito you can run on, and you can see some of the other options down there below for 200%. But look what happens when you go 170 with the 200%, right? So, yeah. You had the upcoming, right? We don't have it yet for the global version game yet, but we know they're coming, right? The EZAs to the Blue Fusions. You're able to run those amazing units. And guess what? Bulma is on this unit here. LR Bulma is on this team as a Power of Wishes unit. You don't get the 300% or the 200% boost from Connected Hope Majin Buu Saga, but who cares, right? She is its own entity and the best support unit ever created for Dokkan at this point in time. So anyway, as you can see, the spot here, though, I forgot to mention the first rotation. If you have the Spirit Bomb GT unit, you're going to run it with the Super Saiyan 3 unit. They link up very well with each other, and yeah, just you're going to see that rotation there basically from all the teams. So when you look at the 170, again, you have Godku on this, you have the upcoming Carnival base form Goku on this, you have a ton of different units you can run, and it's amazing. I couldn't even fit like the options at 170 on here. I'm going to show you a few other options as well, but really strong overall. And a team like this right here, it's going to be tough to kill. and the amount of damage it can actually produce is tremendous. Now, there's a very fun team that you can run here. Again, using mostly 170, you can run like a primary Piccolo team, right? So if you don't have the GT Spirit Bomb unit, and you're like, okay, I need to do different rotations, you can actually run the LR Spirit Bomb Z as off rotation, which I will recommend, of course, because it's a stacking unit and you want to make sure that it stacks on a consistent basis. But your other option, you could run LROP and Bulma. That is an incredible rotation, right? And you can run the Piccolo Jr. and then like Cooler if you wanted to, or EZA Turles as a support. And of course you can run MVP 17 as a support unit as well. So again, some interesting options you can run. So I kind of expand this a little bit further here, right? You can run something like this where you're, instead of running this kind of setup, you're going to be actually running the upcoming Carnival Goku as base form here, and then LROP as the main rotation, right? So you can easily take a friend, or if you don't have a strong Spirit Bomb Z, run it as a floater unit. That's fine along with this. But if you have OP, right? If you have LROP, you might as well use them in the main rotation. And again, he is running at 200%. Links fairly well with the OG Blue Vegito. The reason why I don't have Bulma in that rotation there is because I want Bulma to support and float around, even though it's probably still not a good idea. It's still there. She's still so good. So incredible support unit you can run. So speaking of support, you can have multiple different support types right here, right? So MVP 17, you have Turles, you have EZA God Topo, which this is interesting enough. I'm just thinking, when are we ever going to get another God Topo unit on there? I think that's we're timed to do that as well. You can run the free-to-play Goku, base form Goku as a support unit. You can run Vegito as a support unit there. So there's a lot of support units on this team, but generally they are running at 170% versus 200%. Would have been nice to have a 200% support unit on this team here, which I'm trying to think. When I made this, I don't think it came up, right? That's when I did this 200% here. I was like, okay, well, I guess you can run this guy as a 200% support, right? But you generally wouldn't want to. So anyway, and then finally, it has this team does have a bunch of EZAs on here. The upcoming EZA Spirit Bomb unit on here, the EZAs to Blue Fusions, just incredible options. And yeah, it's a great team to run. It's a great team to run. So yes, the LR Spirit Bomb Z units is not as good as the GT unit on here as a standalone, but the team that they make up with Final Trump card as the main 107% leader skill makes it really, really, really strong. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video here. I had a fun time making it, and if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we'll catch you next time. Later.